Hello, noble viewers. For the sake of being racially insensitive, I will talk like this through at least for the next 5 or 10 minutes. We got out of Lone Ranger. Did not like it. What do you think, Kurosawa?
I think my ancestors are getting a little bit ticked off at your little thing there.
Hey, if Johnny Depp can keep it up for 2 hours and 29 minutes, and I counted, and I can do it for like 3.
Yeah. Just saying, I'm probably one of the few guys with Native American ancestry that won't get ticked off.
Like, who cares?
Exactly, I'm more white than everything else.
Dude, I'm whiter than you are, come on.
Yeah. Exactly.
Anyway. Lone Ranger, it sucked. What else do you want to know about it? Tonally inconsistent, bland, forgettable characters, predictable plot twist.
Yeah.
Jokes are more often redundant, and I didn't want to laugh at a couple of them. Out of spite.
Yeah.
It's not quite as bad as The Heat was. Actually, apparently a lot of people like that movie, which really annoyed me. That's a whole other issue. Surprisingly, we haven't gotten hate on that one yet. Anyway.
You surprised you haven't gotten heat for The Heat?
That's like what's you're cracking some really fucking terrible jokes.
They're still better than what was in that movie.
Not really.
They were.
Except
for the last ones. Those were pretty good.
Oddly enough,
okay.
I was really worried going into this movie because my parents saw this before I did, and I love them to death, and I apologize if you're watching this right now, but they are very much the general audience, and by that I mean they like movies like Battleship and stuff that I would hate with a passion.
I know the feeling. My mom liked a Tyler Perry movie.
I'm so sorry. There's not much more I can say than that, other than I am so sorry. My mother likes the proposal. So.
I win.
Anyway, they went and saw this, and they fucking hated it with just a burning passion. All I can talk about the next 20 minutes, like, things I would say about a bad movie they were talking about. So I was really fucking scared when I went into this movie, because, like, if they're using the words totally inconsistent, which I've never heard them say in my entire life, then just... That being said, I didn't hate this movie as much as I thought I was going to. That also being said,
it was boring.
I still hated it. By the way it made it sound, I thought it was going to be a lot worse, so I was pleasantly surprised in that area. That being said, it still wasn't good.
Yeah. It's one of those movies where, like, yeah, it's a mix. Basically, imagine switching between Man of Steel and a Pirates movie.
I liked Man of Steel.
I did not. I'm saying in terms of tone. But
I don't know about Man of Steel tone, but more. I don't really describe it. One minute it's like happy-go. It couldn't decide what the fuck it wanted to be.
Exactly.
Like for one, it's been like happy-go-lucky, trying to be fun. You know, it has like the jokes and the one-liners and crap like that. Next minute, we're talking about the slaughtering of the Indians and how they were abused people, because you know clearly this is a movie that really knows its history and knows what it's talking about. When I talk about a Texas Ranger with the mask, with an incredibly racist Johnny Depp. So
actually, surprisingly, I wouldn't say that Johnny Depp was super racist.
I'm surprised. Why makes you say that? It
was just Johnny Depp being Johnny Depp. Let's face it.
And oddly enough, he's probably the only decent actor in the movie.
No, actually, they had a good cast. I mean, the actors did except for the kids, the actors did a fine job.
I mean, they did the best of what they could. I mean, Helen Carter's in this movie for some reason.
Yeah.
With apparently everyone in this universe has a prosthetic fetish for some reason. I mean, I don't judge, but it seems kind of weird.
Well, in all fairness, that leg had a freaking gun in it.
Well, yeah, but they didn't know that. It was like...
No, Depp did. Remember they shot the thing first.
No, yeah, that's before he says that. Oh, wait, it was after he shot. Yeah, okay. But then they had the colonel guy who was like, that's a nice prosthetic. How high does it go? And all that shit. And of course, it's like, oddly enough, this movie got fun towards the very end.
Yeah, because that was like the instant where it, you know, it's like, it was clearly meant for the modern audience, but at the same time, it had the spirit of the original Lone Ranger in there. From what it's just like the good old-fashioned fun.
Well, yeah, because they have, of course, you got the classic music like
the William Tell overture,
which is great. I love that. It's great. It's a great little piece. And the scene was a lot of fun. Like that was like the best part of the movie, where it was like the action scenes were creative. It was all over the place. You could actually see what the hell was going on, which was nice. Just speaking on from an action movie standpoint in general, it was just a fun scene. The more we fit that tone, I probably wouldn't I wouldn't think it was a great movie, but at least I would have had fun with it.
Just think, all I had to do was cut out an hour of what they had before. It probably would have been, at least bearable.
But no, we're gonna talk about the slaughtering of the Indians and how they're, the fucking way every movie treats Indians, where they're pure, peaceful race. I would never do anything wrong whatsoever until the white man came, who are savage and reckless. And I don't know anything about history, so I'm not gonna comment on this. But I'm just speaking strictly from Hollywood tropes. It's getting really fucking old. It was old when fucking Dancing with Wolves did it. So again, being a dead horse into the ground, no pun intended. Anyway, you were gonna say something?
I could say a few things, not out of me being irked by certain vocabulary here, but I know many another people who just...
Was there a point there?
No, just like this movie!
Okay.
But,
it's Quagmire, it's Quagmire.
Case in point, though, it's just like... there were certain tribes of Native Americans, though, that were relatively aggressive, but I believe it's true. The Comanche, for the most part, were one of the tribes that actually were... They didn't mess with you unless they were encroached upon.
Okay, fair enough. Again, I don't know squat about history. It was my worst subject in school. So it's like, I don't pretend to know shit about that, but I just know that this whole Hollywood cliche is really fucking old, because we've seen it done a million times. It's the same pretentious crap, where no matter what we do, white man is always the bad guy.
Dude, I'm white and I think we're the bad guy.
Oh. Clearly there's no good way to win this argument, so... And I'm probably just gonna get tons of hate on the internet.
Hey, at least maybe they'll have one of your best top 10 worst moments, though.
We have... this stuff probably goes to Asperger's as fuck. It's like...
Okay, but...
I can't wait to see what you guys do when I'm gone.
Admittedly, though, take that whole thing as you will. Like, we both see it differently, obviously. But here's the messed up part. When you follow up this most serious moment of the movie in which a bunch of Native Americans get slaughtered, followed by a horse on a tree wearing a hat, eating some leaves, followed by, there's something wrong with that horse.
Because
that was just...
Yeah.
Seriously?
That movie did that a lot. It's just like...
No, that was like probably the most egregious sin.
Yeah, that was the worst example by far, no doubt.
What was the way I compare it to? That would be like watching in Titanic, the part where Jack dies, sinking to the water, and right before he disappears... That is what that would have been like. That is the best
comparison. I'm the bad guy here.
How am I the bad guy? So many people think Titanic's overrated.
Oh, yeah, it is. Anyway, it's like, I'm trying to think. I wonder if we could just spitball some examples. Of like, let's watch it. It's like watching the Hindenburg and Rise of Crashy or wah wah wah. It's basically what it is.
God, what else?
What other examples?
Yeah, I'd say that. No, that was the prime one though. That was
that was the worst one by far. It's like just a lot of tonal inconsistency. I mean, it's just really obvious and really off-putting and really distracting.
Yeah. Another big one is like kind of like basically in the beginning or middle-ish, when basically these rangers get slaughtered and what's-his-face is the only survivor.
And then, like, the villain is a cannibal for no reason. Like, the guy who looks like Jackie Earle Haley, although he's not actually Jackie Earle
William Fichtner.
Yeah, he looks a lot like him.
Yeah.
But he plays, like, his bad guy. He's leader of a gang that's, the Lone Ranger's brother is looking for. The brother, in this case, is the actual ranger. And the Lone Ranger is actually, like, a lawyer or a district attorney. And of course, you have the tropes where like Tonto is on the train where he's at, and he's really a prisoner. And of course, he first hates the Lone Ranger, but then you get the whole bonding experience of the whole movie, and then become best of friends by the end, and all that crap. There's this weird thing with this bird on his head that keeps feeding for some reason.
What was the answer? Like he was
like waiting for the spirit to come back or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
There's a whole lot of spiritual mumbo jumbo that they never really explain or really touch upon, so it's just kind of there. Like there's fucking killer bunnies in this, where the Monty Python jokes are just endless.
Yeah.
No, you can't. We're never given an explanation on it. They're just killer fucking bunnies, and we're never told why.
Because nature is out of balance.
That was like the whole thing. It was like,
why?
We need a better excuse than that. If you're gonna give me an opportunity to go, it is the rabbit, or go, look at the sharp teeth and the
huge claws.
Look at the bones. You gotta at least try to back it up as something. But nope, just killer fucking bunnies. Kill the rabbit. Anyway.
Oh god.
There's not even really much to make fun of aside from killer rabbits. It's just a bit. It's just annoying.
Yeah. It's just, the jokes. There's not much more we can say. It was just like.
There's a couple of funny ones. I think there's one part in particular that kind of bothered me. Was after the very predictable plot twist, what happens is there's this treaty in Texas between the settlers and the Indians. Like, basically, you stay off our land, we'll stay off yours, kind of thing. But the evil bad guy, who we know is the evil bad guy, but they don't tell us is the evil bad guy until the third act.
Rule of thumb: anyone who owns or runs trains is probably a bad guy.
So he sets it up to look like the Indians are really entrenched on settler territory, which breaks the treaty, which starts the war, and then of course I did this all for silver because I want to be rich. Hello, headlights. I want to be rich and I want to do all evil stealing stuff. I want to take over the West, pretty much. Was like the whole plot line here.
Yeah.
And where was I going with this? I forgot my point. Oh yeah, now I remember. So then later it gets to the point where it's like, of course, his brother's wife is the love interest in the movie, which is kind of odd territory.
Yeah. I know my brother's dead. It's only been for a few days, but
can we make out now? That's pretty much. And
it was like, geez, she moved on quickly.
Yeah. And then the odd part is the son holds Detective Ranger goes on there, he figures out what's going on, and he's like, oh shit, he's the bad guy. So they end up in a car where the son has a gun for some reason. Because the wife did this really dumbass thing where she climbed on the side of the train, but she could have easily just walked past the guy and through the door. But
I think she was trying to be sneaky, because less chance you're gonna see someone sneaking through a window than a door. But we digress.
You also have to be the psycho person that's right on the fucking side of a moving train. Anyway. So there's a part where it's like, is my father dead? And everyone looks against the crowd's like, is he dead? It's like, well, I don't know. They just found out like 5 fucking minutes ago. Why are we treating this like a fucking secret?
Well, actually, the mother knew.
Well, yeah, my point is the mother knew. Everyone else knew. Literally knows 5 minutes ago. Why are they treating like this is a secret they've been keeping from the whole movie?
Yeah.
So it's like, well, yeah, he's dead. You weren't there. Sorry, jeez.
Yeah.
Didn't mean to keep you out of the loop.
Yeah. And best part is, right when she says yes, kid drops a gun and gets rid of all the leverage.
Yeah, so just stupid shit like that. If it picked a tone, it's like, does it want to be a serious movie or does it want to be like a slapstick action movie?
Yeah.
You pick one, you can't have both, unless you're really good at it, which clearly the writers here are not.
Just like I said, these are the guys that bastardize the other Pirates movies progressively.
And then,
yeah, it's like, I was kind of thinking to myself, before I saw it, it's like, okay, Gore Verbinski seems to do an okay job with the first movies of something. The first Pirates movie, the first Rango.
I never saw Rango.
That was a good one. And then he's like, okay, maybe this will do good. But then I realized, oh wait, these are the writers from the Pirates movies, so it's gonna just be another pirate movie.
We're basically spiritual crap with no explanation or any real attempt to delve into. Indian conflict where clearly the writers had no idea what they were doing or what they were talking about.
Yeah.
It's like, look, if you really want to go the Indian route, fine, but try to make it interesting at least. Not something we've seen since a million times and was apparently everyone in the world saw with Avatar again. So,
except Avatar found a way to at least try and make it fun. Debatable, I know. But We digress.
Thinking it's like, should I jump on that? I don't know. But it's like, at least try to take a different angle on the thing. I mean, like, what's a good example? Like, oddly enough, another Johnny Depp movie, which is like, what's the movie called? Dead Man's Chest or whatever?
No, I think it's just called Dead Man.
No, I'm pretty sure it was Dead Man something. Either way, it's on Netflix.
Yeah, I know, it's that Jim Jarmusch movie.
Yeah, well, that was actually a pretty good one. Had a bit more balanced view on the like the most Western movies, but I don't know, I just feel like a lot of Western movies, and it's part of the genre that bothers me, is just like it always feels very black and white.
Mm-hmm.
Like, these are the good men, these are the evil bad men. They have to be stopped for the good of all the spirituality and crap like that. And it gets old. It gets fucking old, and I get tired of it. I mean, granted, one of my favorite movie of all time is a Western, technically, so I'm not sure. It's not it takes place in the Western time, not really a Western, but anyway.
Which movie?
There Will Be Blood.
That's not a Western, but it's definitely... Yeah, that definitely is an example of what they're trying to encroach upon done right.
Yeah, so it's just pick something. That's really what the last thing I can say about this movie. Just pick fucking something, anything.
Yeah.
I really need to work on my swearing. Anyway.
Yeah.
Anyway. You got anything left to say?
I think we said it all. I mean, yeah, the movie was, for the most part, well acted. Especially, I mean, definitely between Armie Hammer and Johnny Depp, they definitely did a good job.
They had good enough chemistry.
And, yeah. Directing was serviceable, but it was just the writing and the pacing. It was just so bloated, and bloated is the best word to say it. It's just, there was a lot of needless, empty crap in there that just had these bland, boring characters kind of doing their thing, and like they tried to make, some stuff quirky, to make it bearable, but it didn't work. And
except till like the very last act.
Yeah.
Sequence. That's when it kind of worked. That was the only time it worked.
Yeah, there are only two good moments I think I remember, like, I had legitimate humor from. One was hearing Armie Hammer let out one of the girliest screams ever.
Oh, yeah.
When he gets shot by an arrow. And the final moments of the movie, which had probably the legitimately best line in it.
Was like he's on the horse, he does the classic, hi-ho, Silva!
Away!
And then, like, Johnny Depp looks and he goes, don't ever do that again. It's like, that was legitimately funny. Because Lisa made fun of it,
Yeah.
It's like, I guess some movies are more lighthearted and try to take itself so seriously with a lot of the stuff they talked about. Stuff they didn't really know what to talk about. It would have been better. At least it would have been more enjoyable, but they didn't. And now we're stuck with this piece of crap.
Yeah.
So that's really pretty much all I can really say about it. So, trailers?
Wolverine.
I'm actually excited for Wolverine.
I am too.
Like, this is this I think is the newest trailer they let out. One of the old ones they played for months. But it actually looks pretty good.
Yeah.
I'm hopeful, because I said the same thing about the last Wolverine movie, and look how that turned out. But
admittedly, based on the people involved in that one was kind of a train wreck coming.
Yeah, but damn it all, it could have been fucking Deadpool. Yeah, I'm mad too.
Dude, even my friend who hates Deadpool said he didn't deserve that.
Why do you with the merc in the mouth? You shut him up. Yeah. No, it's not gonna piss off anybody.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's a whole nother rant. And then, like, I don't know how people are gonna take this one, because it looks like Silver Samurai is a robot, which is kind of weird. Maybe it's like a suit. I don't know how they're gonna do that.
Yeah.
It looks interesting. I like the idea behind it, with the whole Wolverine mortality thing. I think that's kind of interesting area to explore if it's done right.
Well, he can be mortal. You just have to shoot him with an adamantium bullet.
No, that'll just wipe his memory.
Okay, next, Pacific Rim.
Yeah, we got Pacific Rim again. Again, I'm excited for that one. That comes out next week.
Japanese monster movie by Guillermo del Toro. Sign me up.
I know, fucking right. Looks like Transformers should have been. Anyway.
Yeah.
And then, we've already talked about the deaths. I'm not going to spend too much time on it. What else did we get? We got like 2 others, I think. We got R.I.P.D.
Oh, yeah.
Which I'm not going to be in town for.
That one looks like it'll If I'm lucky, it'll be stupid fun. Thankfully, I'm not gonna risk it.
It's like, I didn't put you up. I didn't sign you up for
and
that
speaking
one.
which the other movie,
Yeah, Red 2.
Red 2,
Which you are actually signed up to.
yeah, which also that was a new trailer. I didn't see that one before.
Really? I think that's like the only
No, that was
trailer.
that was an extended trailer. They showed off a lot more. Like they didn't show that crap with Byung-hun Lee before.
Oh, yeah, that's
For example, they didn't have quite as much footage with Catherine Zeta-Jones before.
Yeah,
And Anthony Hopkins.
Oh, yeah, Anthony Hopkins. Yeah, I was like, that actually doesn't look that bad. Actually, kind of pretty fun. I like the first Red. The first Red was a fun movie.
Yeah.
So it's like, I'm a little disappointed I'm actually gonna miss that one, actually. But, because that's the ones because I'm gonna be out of town on the weekend of the 19th because I'll be at Comic-Con. So these guys are on their own for a week.
Well, here's some good news. Nobody cares.
Wow, gee, thanks, asshole.
You're welcome. Right, that was all the trailers, right?
You're an asshole.
Dennis Leary predicted the future about me.
What was that?
You know the song!
Sure.
You don't remember the You're an Asshole song by Dennis Leary?
Oh, that one. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm still teeming with white hot rage from the last comment. So.
Oh, we have fun.
Next time you think you're alone, I'll be waiting. Anyway.
That's not creepy at all.
What?
So that's not creepy at all.
You think you know creepy now? You will. Anyway. On that threatening note, I think that's all we have to talk about for this time.
Yes, just don't watch the movie.
No, don't go see movie.
Yeah, just pay. If you pay for the ticket, just wait 2 hours, then get in at the last half hour, and your money won't feel wasted.
What you gonna do in lobby for a whole hour?
I mean, 2 hours.
2 hours.
You go somewhere else and watch a different movie at the same time. Like Monsters University, probably.
Is that so plain?
Yeah. It's only been out for a couple weeks. But yeah, anyway.
Time seems to drag when you see every movie every week.
Tangents aside, yeah, just not a good movie.
So, moral of the story is this movie sucks, Grant's an asshole, and we'll be back again in a couple days with Despicable Me 2. So, that about sums it all up. Fuck you, Grant, and good night.